Hey guys, just doing a quick update again. Today is Wednesday the 18th, 2 days after a year with my girlfriend, which is really nice. But just doing a quick update. I broke the container here, so not really fussed about that, but I'll probably move that into a pot when I can be bothered. But yeah, that sunflower in there, you can really start to see just how thick the base is. And if we go right down the bottom, we can compare the thickness of this guy to the same breed of sunflower to another one. Another thing that I've noticed is these leaves have actually started to be eaten now. So if you start to see this, the best tip for you to do is lift up the leaves and have a look around and see if there's any worms, leaf worms, just crawling around the underneath of the leaves. You'll see them, and you've actually got to take, half a second to actually stop and look. You can't just, glance over and hope to see, a black dot on it, because these leaf worms here are actually, they're very camouflaged in, so you've got to really take notice to be able to spot them. If you come over to here now, you can see that the capsicums, the tomatoes, all out. In this row here, we actually have new apple seeds planted. In this row and this row we have apple seeds. Just in this row here we have apple seeds. My apologies. So in this seed here we have apple seeds, and in this seed here we have some more capsicums and some more capsicums also in this row here. So that's just a little update there. These usually take 6 to 7 days to germinate. In here we have our basil, and we've got quite a few weeds in there, and that soil is actually quite wet, so I should water that after videoing here. My mother told me what this is. I've forgotten. Our chives and our curry and our rosemary. And then this is the same. Actually no, sorry, this is the basil in here, and then this is just a flowering plant in here. I don't actually think this is anything too important. But yeah, that's the update of what's going on there. So you can see that the chives are starting to really thicken up now. You can start to see these stems are really starting to thicken up, and they're starting to shoot out and grow. So that's great to see. If we come on down here, down the steps, as I said before, this is no lies, no rubbish, nothing. This is just potting soil, seeds, and away they go. In here we have our sunflowers. These guys are really taking quite a bit of time to grow out. They're really taking their time to grow. So probably another tip, what you can do is put the youngest, the shortest sunflowers in front of the sun, so that the taller guys are behind it. So when it casts a shadow, it doesn't cast a shadow over the sunflower. That's a tip that I was taught. In here we have our tomatoes. You can really start to see how well these tomato plants here are going. Both of these now have flowers. They're yellow and they're really thick. They're really juicy. As you can see, I pruned this back hard as well. And as usual, there's no fertilizer. There's nothing in there. It's just potting soil, water, and sun. It just proves to you that you don't need all that fancy stuff. As I said before, if you're doing this, for example, to make a profit and to make money, if you're doing this as an urban farmer, or you've got to meet a quota of 500 kilos of tomatoes each quarter, then of course you might have to invest in fertilizer and all that. But for me, in Sydney, on the northern beaches, we don't need that. We've got the sun, we've got our water, and we've got the Holy Spirit. And in here as well, you can see here we've got the flowers here. They look really good, those flowers. They're starting to open up. The bees will attack it, they'll do their job, which is beautiful. You can see over here as well, which looks really nice, looks really great. And then in here we have our sweet capsicums. again, you can start to see that these leaves are starting to get nibbled on. So best tip, look under the leaf, look under each of the leaves. Check to see if there's anything crawling underneath. As I said before, I've actually went through this after I came home from school today, and I found a couple around, but wouldn't, really expect to see anything right now. But it's the same deal. Just have a quick look on all the leaves, and you'll see the ones that have actually been eaten are usually the ones that have got the leaf worm on them. So you want to take greater attention to those guys. And they're small, and they're very hard to notice. But anyway, that's the update of those 3 sweet capsicums here in those pots there. If we shuffle over now here, I had to put a bucket with water under these tomato pots, because unfortunately what happened was I planted these tomatoes and I watered them, and I forgot that because they're so young and because these pots are so small and because they don't retain that much water, they dried out and they all withered on me. They're not dead. I think I got them in time so that they didn't all wither and die. But these, I think it was Monday afternoon, they all just drooped over and had shriveled up, and I was like, oh god, here we go, screwed this up. And I guess that's the learning of farming and planting your own vegetables and stuff. You've got to remember that, especially with these young guys here, they need to have water with them, otherwise they will just shrivel up and die. And hopefully, I think probably 90% of these guys in here will grow and they'll all stay survived. You can see there, for example, started to shrivel up and die, which is a bit of a shame, but it happens and mistakes are made, but you can't do anything about it. And here as well, we got some more shriveled up leaves. And then over here, there is 24 rare capsicums. Capsicum shoots. I think I had about 30 or 40 shoots, and I just had to throw out all the old ones. I'm not sure if I uploaded the video that spoke when I was planting. I think it was the sunflowers or the tomatoes, and talking about you've just got to pick out what looks the thickest and what looks the best. The same deal here as well. You can start to see that sometimes when changing, bringing them over, some of them don't make it. And I wouldn't be surprised if 10, maybe 12 of these guys don't make it. Actually, no, probably 2 or 3. 5, I'd be a bit sad if, 5 or more decide to die on me, but right now it looks pretty good. So these are the capsicums. These, I'm going to say I'll keep these guys in here for at least a week, possibly 2. The same with these guys in here. I really want to thicken these guys up because they were under so much stress. A couple of for those couple of hours, I really want to just let these guys thicken out. I'm going to have to be careful with, for example, this guy here, where they're so close together. I might have to repot them and put them into their own pots, depending on how thick they are or how thick they become. Or I'm going to just have to just move them over the pot. It's the same with these guys here. Just put one on each corner type of thing, so you'd have one here and then one here and let them do their own thing. But I'm most likely going to try and get these guys to grow in here for at least 2 weeks. I'm going to go at least 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes in the next couple of days. For at least a week they're going to be sitting here. The capsicums and both the tomatoes will sit in this pot, in these pots, for at least a week. Alright, so this is just the update. So I got held up with dinner and had to go and have dinner and get ready for school tomorrow. So this is just the update for tomorrow. The update of the capsicums right here and the tomatoes. Biggest tip: remember to water your plants, because if you don't, when they're at such of a young age, they will wither up and die. Anyway, moving on, we're coming up to our sunflowers. You can start to see here just how thick these guys are now becoming. which is really nice to see. And I've got about 3 minutes left to video, so I've got to kind of hurry up right now. Anyway, this is just the quick update with the sunflowers, and they're looking really good. You can start to see they're looking nice and thick, nice and strong. Is that a spider on me? No, it's not. We're good. Coming over, here's some more sunflowers. More sunflowers. You can start to see the size in this guy, in these guys now. You know, you got your normal, you know, 3/4 foot pots. You got your 1 foot pots there. You can start to see that those sunflowers here, they're at least a foot now, possibly 1.5 feet in height there. So they're really starting to thicken up. And as I was talking to you before, just quickly, you can see just how thick this guy here is, but you can see how tall it is. Whereas the video just before has a very thick stem and quite a small and has a very small stem that grows upwards. And then this is another video of the sunflowers. As I said, turn these guys around so that they can get the afternoon sun, so they can go. This is the update of the capsicums. You can start to see now there's actually balls coming in, starting to grow in these capsicums now. I'm hurrying about talking right now because unfortunately my camera's about to run out of memory. It's flashing on me, which is absolutely lovely. And just quickly over here, got a couple minutes left. Oh, so many spider webs around here. It's summertime in Australia. And over here you can see our sunflowers growing over here. So that'll do, mate. I've got to go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I shall see you guys all soon later on. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.